So this is part 2 of the video that says witchcraft doesn't exist. Make sure you follow me, all right, to watch part 1 and the subsequent parts. Many of the things you see that you think are spiritual powers, they are not. They are tricks. You know, all magic on earth has a sort of trick to them. If there's something that looks spiritual that somebody did, there's a trick there. And if you pay close attention, you are going to figure out the trick. A good example is when pastors heal crippled people. Have you ever seen that video? Your pastor will show up and heal cripple, and carry, is it what they call it? Clutches. Those crutches, they'll carry and be showing its crusade. You will see a lot of wheelchairs. Many people started walking today, the power of God. Let me ask you, do you know any of the crippled persons? Do you know them personally? It shock you. You don't know them. Random people that were sitting down a few seconds ago, pastor touched and they started walking. You don't know them personally. Let's talk about the people you know personally. You know, since you don't know them personally, at least we agree that there's a gap in knowledge. And within that gap, you could be tricked. But let me tell you the popular trick. What the pastors bring to heal in terms of crippled people are not really crippled people. They are people that have difficulty in walking, difficulty. So what happens is that people that the pastor will pray for would not just appear on that Sunday on the stage. No, they have to be screened before. What happens is that the pastors, the evangelists will screen them. Remember that they have not met the pastor, all right? They come like on Saturday. Let's say the crusade is on Sunday. And what they are screening out are people who cannot walk at all. If you can't walk at all, they're not going to send you for prayers on Sunday. They're going to put you in some backyard so some other evangelists will pray for you off camera. So during the screening, they're going to tell you to stand up. Let's say you came in a wheelchair. They will say, "Stand. Can you stand up?" Yeah, you will stand up. If you can stand up, then can you walk? You say, yeah, you can walk, but with difficulty, you see? They say, sit back down, all right? So they will invite you for that prayer on that Sunday. During that prayer, they know that if pastor asks you to rise and walk, you can do it. That's why they allow you to get in there. So that explains why you've never seen people with twisted leg. You know, there are some crippled people that their leg is so tiny and twisted. You understand? And turned upside down. Those people, you will never see pastor praying for them to be healed. The only time you see them is when pastor is giving them alms, like when he gives them money or bags of rice, you know. But you'll never see pastor pray for them. The ones pastor pray for are the ones that have bandage on their leg. Their leg looks perfectly normal, but they have bandage. Example, people that have arthritis. Most people that have arthritis can actually walk. The only thing is that they prefer not to because walking is painful. But if there is fire in the house, they can actually run down the stairs. You know? So when you go for this training the day before the main crusade, the evangelist will ask you to walk. You walk. They can see that you can actually walk. They say, okay, sit down. Don't worry, sit down. On that day, if pastor touches you and says, stand up and walk, you stand up. Once you take 4 or 5 steps, they will remove the camera from you and move to the next person and give you back your wheelchair and tell you to go home. They have used you to scam everybody else. Now, if you complain, they say you don't have faith. You don't have faith. Do you understand? What of those people falling in church? Not just church. People fall. And this scam I'm telling you is not just church. They do it in different religions. You understand? People fall in church and other spiritual houses. Even all these native doctors, they make people to start misbehaving. You know, they will tell you to confess. They'll put microphone. Say, I am the queen of the coast. I came here to swallow this church. They'll say, fire. First of all, do you know this person? You don't know this person in real life. So they could be acting it. That's number one. Number two, what problem does it solve? It doesn't solve any problem, you know what I'm saying? So if you are the queen of the coast and you live everywhere you go to, you appear inside the church. How did the queen of the coast gain entrance into the church? In fact, I don't want to be in a church where the queen of the coast can enter. It's like telling me a terrorist entered into Aso Villa, like the presidential, what do you call it now? Pentagon. How the hell did the terrorist make it into Pentagon? Do you understand? It means that the security around is weak. So if a witch makes it into the church, it means that the security around the church is weak in terms of spiritual security. I don't trust a pastor who a witch can make it into the church building, into the church auditorium to the point that they are confessing on stage, I don't trust it. You understand? So now when they say they are queen of the coast, they used to do meeting. Did they show you any evidence? These are just words. Anybody can change. See, as I am now, if you pay me 50 million, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own price. But if you can drop 50 million on me, I can get to your altar and say I'm the king of the coast. I'm the king of the coast. I'll change my voice. If you say fire, I'll do like this, fire. I'm the king. Some of those people doing that are junior pastors. Think about it. Every time pastor waves his hand and people fall, it's usually in the first 3 to 5 seats of the church. You know, there's church has altar like this, and then there's space between the altar and the first seat. You see, first, second, third, fourth seat. 99% of the prophecies pastor is giving are within those people. 99% of the people that fall when pastor touch them are within those people. Next time you see pastor doing miracle, check it. First row. Check it. Next time you see pastor doing miracle, first few rows of it. Why? That's where the choir members sit. That's where the junior pastors sit. That's why most of them are always on suit. These junior pastors are under payroll of the main pastor. If pastor touch you during service and you know fall, you will lose your job. After service, they will collect your suit, collect your shoe, send you home. You are very stubborn. You do not fall when pastor touch you. Do you understand? If pastor wave hand like this, you say, what do you call it? You want the anointing? Take it. Take it. And what pastor point towards your direction, all of you know for more. After service, all of you are going home. The whole choir, everybody. Do you understand? So where you see people that pastor doesn't know personally are deeper into the church. Once you have passed the first 3 rows, first 5 rows, that's where you see people that came to church on their own. Pastor doesn't know them personally. That's why pastor doesn't go there to do miracles. Go and check it. Every single video of miracle is happening in the first row. I'll tell you 80% is the very first seat. Then second and third. You know, pastor, please. That's what we call the falling hysteria. People falling. That falling happens close to the altar because pastor knows them. And you know, pastor knows them. So many of these miracles you're seeing, what of blind seeing? Have you ever seen a miracle of pastor healing a blind that doesn't have eyeballs? You know, there are some blind people that the eyeballs are gone. No eyeballs. If you see their eye, here will be inside. It's different from having cataract, that here is white. The eyeballs are there and here is white, you know, or something. Some people's eyes are perfect. They will say they are not seeing. They'll be like this. They now touch them. Say, yes, I can see now. I can see now. You can never see a miracle where somebody's eyeballs were gone and pastor prayed for them and they got healed. You will never see that. So the reason I'm making this video is not to criticize church or anybody. I'm trying to tell you that most of those things you call spiritual powers, they are tricks. They don't exist. That's why I respect pastors who don't try to trick people. There are pastors that climb on stage and then they preach. After preaching, they pray for people. They lay hands on people if possible. And then that's it. I respect such a pastor because I know that he has the ability to fake miracles, but he's not doing it. That's integrity. Any pastor you see that preach that doesn't try to fake me or do prophecy, where is your father? I know your father's sister. Is your name Cynthia? This, that. Do you know how they do that? Let me tell you quickly. There are many ways they do that. All they need is prior information about you. Let me start with the ones on TikTok and Facebook. What they do is they will go live on Facebook, and then if you join the live, and they say they should prophesy about you, they will click on your name and check your profile. Your profile can tell them something about you within a few seconds. For instance, if you check my profile, you see that I'm teaching online. So they can go off with that. I see that you are somebody impacting knowledge, but I see a problem. You see? Your profile can show, especially if you're on Facebook, your profile can tell the village you are from, where the state you are from, and where you are living. You are the one that put it. Why did you put it? You put it on Facebook. It will show where you are working. So somebody can just, within a second, click on your name immediately and then get that information. And then some people will tag their family members. From there, they scam you. Same thing with going to church. You don't know how they got your information prior.